Yo, what up? Randall Pink, Cincy Local and Live.
Cincinnati Ty.
Fame YNO, man, what's going on?
Joe Eid, what's good, y'all?
How's it going, man? We've been dying to get you guys back in here. Joe, you've been here before. Fame, we definitely were scoping you out.
First time, y'all.
How's it going today?
Man, you know, honestly, man, it's going great, man. You know, I'm up $500 since yesterday.
Man.
I saw that. What is it? Some gaming?
Yeah, some video gaming with some good friends of mine, Joe Eid and Lone 7. But yeah, man. So, you know, I woke up today on the bright side.
So does that mean Joe's out 500?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
The good thing is I'm doing good side betting on FanDuel right now.
There you go.
So I can't complain
I
too much.
suck at FanDuel. Every time we bet together on FanDuel, we lose. I lose.
But every time I bet by
himself,
myself and
he
don't have it
wins.
in a group chat, I win. It's
Yes.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's very weird.
We're dynamic.
That is weird.
We're meant to
Gotta have
compete.
Multiple horses in the race. Get your money back at least.
Keep
Exactly.
betting by yourself for sure.
It's my thing, man. If you find ways to have more than 3 or 4 ways of making money, it's cool. Obviously, that's gambling, a little bit different, but that's kind of the way I try to have it.
It's educational gambling. I feel like you know, it's better than taking going and playing the slot machines where the house has majority.
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
Don't
I
get
feel you on
addicted.
that.
Don't get addicted.
So, Fame, what do you got? What do you got going on these days besides
Pressure Fest?
Yeah.
I'm working on 2 projects right now, and really just retooling my entire delivery of my entertainment business all the way around. I feel like, you know, I've been in this game for a very long time, and what I've noticed is that kind of been caught in this cycle of just these platforms and just this way of marketing, and I'm trying to break my habits right now. So that's why I'm not like super active musically. And I mean, Pressure Fest also has taken a lot of my time, but even beforehand, I really wasn't super active because I just really trying to retool everything, because with everything that's on the way, execution is going to be like, it's pretty pivotal at this point. You know what I mean? So it's always pivotal, but like, you know, you get to a certain point where like it is pivotal that everything's executed how it needs to be. So I'm just retooling for real.
Yeah.
especially when you got your hands in a lot of buckets.
Yeah.
The execution's key on that, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what you're saying, I was going to ask you that too, because I feel like you took a little small hiatus before you gave a sliding. And I'm like,
So
it's something going on.
So with that, I just had a daughter. You feel me? And so I had to I had to retool personal life. So this is now I'm retooling the music side, but I had to retool the personal life because that's my first child. So I had to really get myself oh shit, I'm a dad. So I've been living life as an artist forever. You feel me? I ain't had to worry about nobody but me. So it's I really had to make an adjustment. And so I had to put music to the side, and then after everything started rolling and got comfortable, you feel me? I'm able to prioritize my time, but now everything has to be on a schedule because I have to make time for my kid. You feel me? Also got to make time to make money, and then make time to also eat, sleep, work out. You feel me? So
All the essentials.
All the essentials, man. So yeah, that's why I took a little hiatus. But now I'm pretty much, I got music. I dropped a single with Lone, just to put some music out. It's called Floating. And I just threw it out there for real. Like I said, I'm working on 2 projects. They probably gonna drop. I'm not gonna tell you how I'm gonna drop them because that's kind of part of the genius of what I'm doing. But they coming. You feel me? And it's I'm working on some shit.
Slow and steady.
Absolutely.
Slow and steady at this standpoint. Well, congrats on your daughter, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Shout out to all the dads that's putting things aside.
You feel me?
Get the household together.
Not playing.
For real. Speaking about the hiatus and coming back and Slack, what was the motivation behind that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, sliding is we just caught a vibe. My boy Grant sent me the beat. It was yo, I like this beat, and I liked it. You feel me? I was we need to go to the studio and work on it. And he works at YNO Studios, and so we get there, and I asked him to add one part to it, and it's that lower part, doom doom doom. I asked him to add that because I'm it's just one thing missing. We added that. I dropped my verse. TJG was there, and he dropped his verse, and that's how we had it first. And I'm I need to put JB on here. Yeah, I know JB will fuck this up. So I went back, I put another verse on there and gave it to him. And like the purpose of that was TJG was dropping the album and JB was dropping a project and a couple singles, and I was trying to just work with my young guys, like get them a platform to just rap. You feel me? So that was the purpose on Slide. I mean, that's a motherfucking
What was
joint.
the thought process in the video though? Because that video dope.
Man, it was the thought process in the video was simple. As it was real simple. Like me and Guy been working on Less Is More for certain songs. Like Sliding didn't need
Shout
to
out,
be.
guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
shout out.
Guy been working for sure, man. Like really working. The Sliding didn't need to be no complex anything. It needed to just feel right. And the vibe of the part where we in there with the crowd, and it's just like everybody in there was just jugging. Like that's the point. Like the song when it come on, just make you want to jug, and you just bop into it. We rapping on there, but it's such a bop that you just want to jug, and that's kind of what we just wanted to paint the picture of, like everybody just enjoying it. So
I like how he went into the notice me when he kind of like spotlighted.
you feel me? Like that's like. But then some of that's coming from Guy, you know what I mean? Like I had the idea of being in the crowd, having the crowd, but then he the one that went up to the top of the little part of the venue and was like, I'm gonna shoot from up here. Just go down there. Trust me. I'm like, what? Like just go down there, I'm gonna shoot from up here, trust me. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You got it. You the shooter.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it came out heat. So yeah, man. Shout out to Guy for he really brought that vision to life. And we working on a couple more things too. The beauty of what Joe and I have been able to do with our camps is build up our production, our video and studio production. We've invested in ourselves and our camps. And so like we don't have to, it's not so much of a thing for us to shoot videos over the course of a month. One video, it's not so much. Like when you paying a random videographer, now you got to schedule. We got to talk about how many payments it's going, because now you want me to shoot for, now we invest in ourselves, we invest in our cameramen, and now we able to shoot movies. And me and Joe got a new song coming. We about to shoot a movie before, and it's like it's gonna be a lot more theatrical thing. That's also part of my retools. A lot of my prior videos are very right there in the day. You know what I mean? Like we're about to really script it up and
Be cinematic
present
about
the
it.
movies and stuff like that. So that's what's going
What's
on.
that project?
What's the project coming?
Mhm.
It's called To Be Continued.
To be continued. Looking for that to be continued. It's
Believe
coming
it.
soon.
Believe it.
Well, that's nice, man. Because like at the end of the day, that's what you have to do. You have to be invest. You have to invest in yourself. And a lot of these artists, you know, they invest in their music side of things, but that's not the only thing that comes with it. You know what I mean? The marketing materials, the videos, all that goes hand in hand.
PR.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
That's another thing too. Like, and I'm independent, so I just came off of a 7-month run with my PR. And people think PR, like you can get a PR agent in the city and don't pay nobody nothing. You can pay them $200. My PR name is Rocky, and he works for Angela Simmons as well. And it costs to have a PR. You know what I'm saying? So when you look, like people don't understand that, but in my run with him, I performed in Vegas Grammy weekend. I performed in Cleveland All-Star weekend. I was at Angela Simmons' makeup release, and they played me and Vogue's song at the release. You know what I mean? Like that's what comes with it. And so people don't understand how certain people be in certain places. You have to pay for the business. People have jobs to do this. These are jobs that have to be done. Connections are made through people. They have, you know what I mean? So it's like me and Joe have, that's how we connected, is our thought process on investing in ourselves and not being caught up in, I do have a chain, but I could have had way more jewelry, you feel me? But it's like, you don't really see us in the Gucci and the Dior.
Aesthetic
the
types.
Louis,
Yeah.
Not pulling up in scat packs. We could, but like if you look at what we have as far as tangible things to our career, like that's where the money go. You feel me? So
And that will pay you back in 10 times fold than, a chain will appreciate value.
believe it.
Or those scat packs that
Or them
just
scat packs
depreciate.
that just as soon as you put your fucking body in it, you feel me?
Yeah.
100%.
Talking about the collab with you and Joe, let's talk a little bit about Pressure Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, speak on that, man.
This year gonna be crazy. Me and my brother Fonz originally started in 2017, and we did it up until COVID happened. COVID the hype around the one in COVID was crazy. I don't care if anybody remembers. I really halfway remember, but I just remember like it was really about to go. We was gonna do it at Thompson House, and it was up there, and then COVID happened, boom, and we ain't do nothing, and then we skipped a year. But during this time when COVID happened, that's when I met Joe, and Joe and I connected and doing just we did. First it was music and videos, then it was events, things of that nature, and then Pressure Fest was coming up, and Joe was like, "Bro, let's do Pressure Fest together." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's perfect. We already been building," and you know what I'm saying. So then the dynamics that Joe brought to it, like if you didn't know Joe prior to 2020, you go look, all his videos are movies. So to this day, all his videos are movies. You feel me? It's quality. Everything he's doing is quality, and so that's what he brought to the table in that match. And so we are with it already being a presence in the city, adding Joe to the mix, we was able to really elevate it. And we went, and then, you know, Madison Theater came to play. Really, that's, you can take over for it, because
yeah, I mean, there's so many like little dynamics of how everything came together. But if we're talking about like Pressure Fest specifically, we were able to just connect with Madison Live real quick. Shout out to Deuces. He kind of introduced me to Frank.
Shout out Deuces.
And,
Deuces.
Yeah, and then me and Frank had one conversation, and everything went really, really well. And we have a great, solid relationship that we're going to continue moving forward. But honestly, Pressure Fest came together through us getting Frank to buy in. The rooftop at Madison Live was opening that weekend, and they had the murals on the wall that were starting to get painted and stuff. And me and Fame were just like, 2 stages, 2 floors. Let's pull it off. And that's how it just came together for the first time we threw Pressure Fest. And then even now this year, I mean, we went through battling with some of the city's top venues. I'm not going to say any names, but there's a lot of stuff that was supposed to go down. And Frank ended up helping us get Riverfront Live to be on board after some things weren't going as well. I mean, usually we try to have Pressure Fest in April. We're doing it in July this year. So a lot of stuff behind the scenes no one really knew about that was occurring. But now it's like, oh, crap, we got some of the top talents in the city.
Yeah, I was looking at that in reference to it being in Riverfront, and I was like looking at the list of artists, and I'm like, you guys kind of dumbed it down from what you did last year. What was the reason for that?
So the 2 stages, so like the goal is to get back to 2 stages or multiple days. That's the goal. Last year with the 2 stages, what occurred was
not saying that last year wasn't dope, because it was definitely dope. Yeah.
So like,
sometimes
we didn't expect the rooftop to take over. And it wasn't like it was just like, oh, it was just better artists up there or whatever. It was the essence of the rooftop.
Yeah.
The way that rooftop was versus downstairs, where it was just a venue. You know what I mean? Like, it was vendors downstairs, but the vendors upstairs had the benefit of outside. They had the benefit of people being able to stand around and smoke.
Yeah.
That's where the food was, because where it had to be, though.
Yeah.
The food had to be outside. And so it just made upstairs the spot and downstairs. And so to not run that risk again, we didn't want to do the 2 stages again, pretty much. And we want to dumb it down from 40 artists to 22, I believe we have.
Yeah, I think the main reason, and you could answer me if I'm wrong. So Fame explained it in detail a little bit, but dumbing it down is just sometimes making things a little more simpler is better. Kind of like with videos, like we were just mentioning earlier. We just thought, hey, Skylar Blatt, the city comes out for Skylar Blatt.
Yeah.
Hey, Pink Sifu, he's the guy that's taking off on the other realm of things. We're talking about conscious hip hop. Let's bring it together, build a little bit, make it a little simpler, and just keep it push it forward off of that.
Yeah, speaking on Seafood, though, because that collab that he came together with Too Rich, I'm still going off of that one.
Oh, yeah, is he in the GK film? They will be there. I'm pretty sure y'all will see Too Rich there. I'm not 100%, but I'm just saying, I mean, he said GK film would be there, so y'all should be seeing Too Rich, Swooty, Rich Park, Peso, Von Beezy. The whole clan should be in the best. Shout out to GK film for sure.
Yes, shout out.
GK.
And then the crazy thing is there's so many more artists that we could still talk about. Like Two Live Bree, he's very, very associated with Pro, and he's from Nashville. He's probably the top hip hop artist in Nashville, and he's coming here. Candy Bars. She's from Dayton. She's coming through. We got Swooty. He's performing, and the whole goal of like doing one of these festivals, though, right, is bringing in other cities to Cincinnati so you could build out too. Yeah. So like bringing Candy Bars and myself included, we're both from Dayton. I'm not performing this year, but bringing an artist from Dayton, bringing an artist from Nashville, having a couple of media / podcasts coming in from out of town, which I won't mention names yet. It's all to build the foundation of the city, and it's a way for us to go out and expand too.
Yeah. Put the light on.
Yeah.
And then expand out.
Exactly. And obviously, my biggest thing now, which I was just kind of talking to you guys before the show, is how do we expand? Right. And that's big to me, is getting the right pieces in place so you can expand.
And it's going to take time, but like, you know, that's how you end up with Rolling Loud Miami, Rolling Loud New York, Rolling Loud LA. Right. Because at one point they was just at one place, you know what I mean? So the ultimate goal, but like this year's Pressure Fest though, crazy. Yeah. We really set the focus on less stuff to do. It's not really less. It's still going to be nonstop music and entertainment, and it's going to be tons of stuff going on around. People are going to be painting. It's going to be games. It's going to be interactive things or whatever, but it's going to be less stuff to worry about. We're going to be able to have a cohesive, fun show. And when we are able to hire a large event staff, then we'll go back to multiple days or multiple stages, because that also took a large toll on Joe and I last year. We were not able to breathe. Right. You know, we did not have fun at our event. It sucked.
There's a lot of hats to be worn.
Everybody else was like, it was fun. That was so loud. It was fun.
I'm glad you had fun.
I'm glad you had fun. I had no fun.
I think it's like that though. I really think it's like that. Like when you are putting on the set, not that you don't have fun, but it's always that tension, that anxiety until it's over. But then that anxiety is always there because it's the next thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I think the anxiety and being a little nervous is always a thing, right? But like, for example, I was running around like a chicken with his head cut off last year. So it was like, hey, Joe, do this. Hey, Joe, do that. And it wasn't Fame telling me that. It was like everybody like, Joe, what's wrong here? Joe, what's wrong here? I'm like, what am I? 5 people in one? Like, what is this?
I need somebody there.
And then like, I don't want to discredit our event at all, but a lot of random stuff occurred too that we couldn't control. Yeah. And it was like, we just learned simpler, more efficient, less tasks to do is better for our mental health. At the same time, we're still going to throw a great event. And as we expand, stuff will be even better. And even Riverfront Live, it has 2 stages. So there's room to expand at Riverfront Live.
Yeah, Riverfront Live, we could do it. I mean, they have the ultimate outdoor like festival stage. They have that there for real. But, you know, we waiting to see, because at a certain point, if we need, we'll move the whole thing out to the big stage. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we could have did 2 stages, but for something like that, now we know like we would have probably needed 8 months of promotion, 7-8 months of promotion. You know what I mean? To really, it's 1,300 people max inside, and then outside is 1,500. So we're talking 3,000 people. So you got to think about it. It's not easy. People think that shit's easy. They hear that shit because they see celebrities do it. They think that shit's easy. It's not fucking easy. You get 3,000 people to come to your event and be there and be entertained and stay and then leave and give a good review that it was fun. So then 5,000 come the next time. Like that shit's hard. And so people gotta, you know, like, but I think, like I said, like what we did is we did it. We recognized, we said, okay, let's make sure this one is smooth and fun for everybody and it goes smooth. And then when we upgrade, I think we're going to go with a 2-day thing probably next year. I'm thinking we're leaning towards that versus 2 stages. I just think 2 stages is like, unless we're doing rock and pop here. Yeah. We're doing hip hop and R&B here. And then that way, no crowd wavers. You just got steady. Because what happened with us, again, it was supposed to be like more conscious hip hop upstairs. And we had the more like club mainstream downstairs, but it just wavered too much, and then it leaned way more up there. Like it was crazy, dog. Yeah. Like you went upstairs, like downstairs, it was room you could spin around in 8 circles with your arms out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But you go upstairs, as soon as you walked up the last step, it was just people, and just smoke and food smell and just people with just conversation and fun. It just looked better than downstairs. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, nah, we're gonna make sure the party is the party.
It's a total vibe up there for sure.
Fantastic vibe.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of reasons why that ended up happening. So it wasn't like any intentional thing for anyone to go. I mean,
I was set to perform downstairs. So it's like, you feel me? Even I dealt with it. Like I performed in front of probably like 40, 50 people. And it was probably like 400 upstairs. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
but like at one point in the night, a fire extinguisher went off and everyone that was downstairs, and there was like 120 people at the time almost, all either left or went upstairs. Yeah. So like you can't control some of the stuff that happens.
The elements that
and
that's happening.
And I'm not going to call out anybody. I'm not going to say anything.
But it was definitely like that. Yeah. It was things that we couldn't handle that aren't going to happen at Riverfront.
Oh yeah. But I'm excited. We have all sorts of vendors, all sorts of games, all sorts of art, all sorts of whatever. We're going to have interactive experiences, hopefully, for people that show up just as fans, as hip hop fans that want to do stuff to get prizes. We're going to have
some Easter eggs, just sitting around in the venue, or like certain drink you got to order at a certain time, or just some stuff. Just set some stuff up where it could be fun, man, because I think we did a really good job with that last year. I think there was like the vendors, and then there was people set up with like ring lights doing interviews. And I think it was so much to do and so much to look at, and it was fun. So this year we got a bunch of stuff in store. You know what I mean? Like we're probably gonna go down to the venue and decorate. When can we go again? Probably Wednesday or something.
We'll figure it out. I mean, I just gotta call the venue and we'll go from there. But the point is, it's just like, how do you keep on expanding? How do you keep on building something to make it greater than what it was before? And how do you not over-assert or over-exert your energy towards it?
Right.
It's a delicate balance when it comes to being an artist, doing what you got to do for your family to get money. Then, hey, I'm an event promoter now too, and we're winging it. We're artists. We're not event promoters. We've done it. Yeah. We've thrown parties. We've thrown concerts, we've thrown the music festival, but at the end of the day, we're artists.
Yeah.
So you're learning on the fly as you go too.
It's all wearing those hats and trying to get shit done at the end of the day. But yet still, like you said earlier, like the essential stuff part of life, you know what I mean? And stress factors are going to happen, and there's going to be things out of your control that you're like, shit, how do we put a cap on that for next year or next event? Yeah. So where can they find these tickets?
CincyTicket.com, and you just type in Pressure Fest. CincyTicket.com, type in Pressure Fest. It'll pop straight up for you. Or we have physical copies, or you can go to Fame YNO on Instagram or Joe Eid on Instagram and hit our the link in our bios. There's also a event page for it on Facebook under the name of Pressure Fest. You can also go to Riverfront Live's pages on Instagram and on Facebook, and Riverfront Live's website itself to get the tickets. So the tickets are everywhere.
Yeah. Every social media, you got ads everywhere.
Speaking of ads, gotta check this out right here. Got some ads. Well, hell yeah, man. We're looking forward to stopping in and collaborating with you guys, whether it be this event or in the future events, because don't ever forget about us as far as what we stand for. And like our app that we have that just launched a couple months ago, we're still trying to get some venues and some artists on there, and it's basically just to find local and live events like you that you guys got pushed out. When you sign on the event in a 10-mile radius, we start blasting people. So anyone who has their app in a 10-mile radius or the venue, or that follows the artist themselves, will get push notified, hey, there's Pressure Fest going on, or this, that, the other. So
yeah, that's live.
That's what I wouldn't say we're Facebook, but we're catered and centralized for artists and events.
Yeah, and that's like I was saying earlier when I did my little this is beautiful what y'all got going on, and the city has needed somebody to be as active on what's going on here locally, we got pages, but those pages also want to talk about everything else going on. Right. You know what I mean? It's not so much to talk about. We need somebody to look at what's happening. It's because it's happening. It's actually happening. Like the city within itself is expanding and growing. There's so much money coming in. All of our sports teams are good right now.
Oh yeah.
It's never happened.
It's hot here.
It has never never happen. People are coming here to live here. They are building more apartments and houses everywhere. There's a reason they're doing that. People think that has to come down from the city, and they have to go, we are growing. We need more places for people to live, and people have to look at that and understand there is more money and opportunity here than there has ever been.
Yeah. 100%.
Ever been. And so what you guys are doing and what you're covering, it's not a doubt in my mind you guys are going to be tenfold by the time this same date comes around next year. You know what I mean? Like, because of what you're doing and how serious you're doing it and the quality you're doing it at. Like, just, you know what I mean? This is great. So keep doing what y'all doing as well.
I appreciate it, man. Like, we're all about collaborations and stuff, collaborating with you, collaborating with Donuts and Alcohol and Gravel. Shout out Gravel.
Shout out Gravel, for real.
Yes. And I know he's putting on for the city as well. So that's, good intentions, and just keep on pushing forward, giving the artists and all the event promoters what they need.
Yeah, we're gonna tap in with y'all too about a little rock pop concert we're trying to do as well.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We're trying to tap into some different things too, so we're gonna tap into.
The one thing I'll say, and I'll leave this off as a gem just for Fame, talking about the sports teams. And what do I know? I'm from Dayton, right? Not from Cincy. But the sports team's doing good. That brings the entertainment industry. Okay. The entertainment industry calling us is occurring, right? So I'm getting phone calls from New York City. I'm getting phone calls from Houston. I'm getting phone calls from Nashville. I'm getting phone calls from LA now. Oh, nice. And they're asking about our local talent. And I think it's very, very important to point out that, like, I never wanted to fucking play that role. Right. Fame never wanted to play that fucking role. And now we're getting thrown into, hey, who should we book from here? And it's like, what? Yeah. Like, hey, we're trying to spread ourselves out. Like, what's going on with
like
this?
Artists reach out to me often and ask me to check out their music. Ask me to, like, just often, just give them a review and stuff. And I'd be like, well, artists too. Yeah. I mean, like, but like, I also pride myself on showing love to people coming up and doing music. I pretty much listen to anybody who does send me their music, though. Y'all don't start flooding me if you hear this. But because when I was coming up, like, being able to reach out to some of the OGs in the city wasn't a thing. Like, you couldn't be like, yeah, I'm an up and coming artist, bro. Tell me if you like, them guys didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it. And we pretty much put out the representation that we do care and embrace this city. And so it's like, that's why it's happening. I mean, honestly, maybe it does take a couple guys who've been, it takes a couple guys who have been in the shoes of the artist and seen this other side. Because we even sat there when we did this year's Pressure Fest and last year's, artists are getting paid rocking with us. If if we reached out to you and you're one of the main artists that we booked, you're getting paid. Period. You know what I mean? And it's like, we just trying to change that scope. And I think like that, I mean, it's a heavy burden when you trying to still be an artist and then you trying to
put on for the other artists.
Yeah. But it's like, at the end of the day, heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Well said. Well said, man. Well, we'll let you go. I know you guys are busy, so we'll let you get going and stuff like that. But yeah, shout out to Fame YNO and Joe Eid and Pressure Fest. Guys got to tap in.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, do not be square though.
And seriously though, before we go, shout out to everybody that's been helping us this year though too.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Clay. Shout out to Loans. Shout out to Shows. Shout out to you guys for giving us this platform.
Just Clay just dropped the album called Y'all Fault. I'm sorry, it's an EP called Y'all Fault. It's making waves right now out through Ohio, and he is performing at Pressure Fest. So everybody make sure y'all tuned in for that as well. And he just got another song on the radio called Alarm on 107.1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in on my boy Clay. He been helping out this year as well.
Shout out, man. Let's do this. It's been Cincy Local and Live. Randall Pink.
Cincinnati Ty.
Fame YNO.
Joe Eid.
Let's get it.
Cocky as ever, I see the keys to my city. Above it with drones and propellers, what makes it Marshalla. Straight to my money, I take over countries. No beef or vendetta, no mess, so I'm clever. Pull with the sweater,